Hello, this is Jeff the Garage Guy. I have completed your garage plan. Along with this video and this email, I sent a printable version of this, and the printable version has all the pricing on it. So let's talk about what I've designed. At the very top, you can see a top view of your garage. This is where you pull in. I designed, cabinetry on the left, basically where you have the cabinets now. I changed things up on the back wall a little bit, and I designed a pretty extensive cabinet system on the right wall as well. On the bottom of the page here, you can look. This is the view you would see looking into your garage. One thing you'll notice here is that I've moved the refrigerator from kind of in the center to the right. And in this plan, I also allowed for a regular size fridge. You can use the fridge you have now, but if you ever want to upgrade to a regular size 30-inch wide fridge, this plan will allow for that. So let's take a couple different views here, and I'll explain everything as I go through here. Okay, here is our pricing. You'll be able to see on the printed version what each one of these prices out at. And let's start with the cabinets. On the left wall of the garage, I consider the left wall when you're looking into your garage from outside, the left wall. We have 5 cabinets here. Each of these cabinets are 30 inches wide, 12 inches deep, and regular base cabinet height. I put a new countertop across that, and I put a big area of store wall. I figured that's a really nice place to hang an assorted amount of things on the wall over the bench there. Also on the left wall, you can see that I put what I call a pinstripe of store wall going everywhere. Now you can hang everything from coats, umbrellas, to bikes. I know bikes are going to be hard to hang in your garage. But anyway, garden tools, things like that. This store wall is really handy for a whole assortment of things, especially in a tight space like yours. There's a lot of things you don't want to put in cabinets, like the step ladder you had sitting here. You'll be able to just go ahead and hang that up. So it's really neat stuff. It really goes a long way in helping you get organized. So let's talk about pricing for a second. We got our cabinet pricing. And what the cabinet pricing includes is all your cabinets. Pretty much all the cabinets. You don't have to get a lot of this other stuff to have a complete cabinet. Most of the stuff is optional outside of the counters. We obviously need counters. Then we have our pricing for our store wall. That is all the store wall throughout the whole garage. Optional bases. Optional bases, if you get on my website and look at some of my different work, you'll notice that some of the cabinets have base systems and some of the cabinets just hang 6 inches off the floor. In your case, you can do either one. The base system is real nice because it seals your cabinets down to the floor. It also is a neat, like a system that I developed that keeps all the wood up off the floor, and with leveling feet, and then I trim out the bottom gap with PVC plastic trim, so the cabinets will last forever. There won't be water penetration that it'll ever get from the floor to the cabinet itself. So it's a pretty neat system. Increases load capacity. I don't think that's an issue for you guys. Mostly, I would say it's so you don't just collect dirt underneath your cabinets. That's hard to get to. So that's what the bases are. The optional extruded handles. Those are these aluminum handles that go the full length of each door. These handles look incredible. You'll be able to see some more examples of these handles on my website, thegarageguy.com. You'll be able to see garages without these handles that have just regular handles. Now, just regular simple handles, those would be included in your cabinet price. So if you decided not to get these extruded aluminum handles, you'll get basic handles, which look pretty good. And you can just take that whole number off of there on the optional extruded handles. All right, we have a new sink and faucet. I thought it would be nice to take that kind of wash tub you have and just throw it aside and just build your sink into the counter space. So you'll basically have a sink cabinet next to the drawer cabinet. The drawer cabinet's really nice. It has built-in dividers. You'll be able to stay really organized in these set of drawers here. They'll probably be your favorite drawers in the whole house for sure. Like I said, built-in dividers. You can remove them, put them in however many you want. I can show you more about that in person if we get together again. So let's talk about the rear wall real quick. On the rear wall, I had the ceiling to work with, of course. So I put the refrigerator, like I said, on the right, and then I got a 16-inch wide cabinet. I believe this cabinet's about 78 inches tall. And then I was able to get a taller cabinet that I believe is about 84 inches tall. I could be wrong. I had to check my notes on that. But basically, I'm sorry, it's 86 inches tall plus the base. So it ends up being about 90 inches tall. I think your ceiling's about 93 inches tall here. So I really took advantage of the space that you had and worked around the ceiling to get you a lot of cabinet space. I thought this was a really good spot to have a deep cabinet. Now, you need some deep cabinets to hold bigger items from your house and garage. I thought it was more valuable to have the big, deep, large storage cabinets here than it was to have a countertop like you do now. Countertop right there, I noticed in some of the photos, it just tended to collect things. And you have other counters in the garage. You have a big, long counter right here next to the door on the left wall. So I thought it would be better to do tall storage. Now, as we go over to the sink base again, we got the sink cabinets, and then we got another tall cabinet. This is another 23-inch deep cabinet. All three of these are 23 or 24 inches deep until you get to the end of this cabinet here. Then I stepped them back to 16 inches deep for the rest of the garage. So this cabinet here is, let's see, it is 84 inches tall, 23 inches deep, and 28 inches wide. I just took the space I had available, divided it by 4, and I came up with 28 inches as a good size for all of these cabinets. So we go from 24 inches deep down to 16 inches deep, another 16-inch deep, and another 16-inch deep, all 84 inches tall. And then we go to the under the window. I did nothing because I think it's really good to have a few places to put things, odd items that just need to sit on the floor, whether it be a garbage can or something like that. So I just did a little pinstripe of store wall here underneath the window so you can hang stuff and or set something on the ground there. Then we go over, we have two more 28-inch wide, 16-inch deep by 84-inch tall cabinets. Now it gets a little trickier over here. You'll notice the cabinets step down in height. That's because you have a garage door rail that comes over here, and if you open a cabinet of this 84-inch height, the door would hit the garage door track. So I stepped those cabinets down to 78 inches tall plus the base. So about 82 inches tall total. This cabinet here is kind of special. It's 34 inches wide. You open the door to this cabinet and you will see your electric box, your alarm system, and I believe it was an alarm system box, and your circuit breaker box. You just open the doors and those will be accessible in there. You'll still be able to put shelves in below that, and probably not above it, but you'll be able to use shelves below that, so it'll hide it, and you'll get some storage in there as well. And then the very end cabinet, it's kind of an oddball. It's a 22-inch wide cabinet, also 16 inches deep, and 78 inches tall. And you can see here the pinstripe I did under the window here, but then I raised it up. I put an additional pinstripe here. Just because that's a good height to have a pinstripe. I didn't want to waste that area to hang brooms and things like that. I also really thought it was important to have some down here, so I just did a double stripe there. So let's look in the front again. Now you can see your store wall pinstripe, your big area, your pinstripe kind of going around the entire garage. I'm maintaining that height, and there's even a little bit of store wall on the right or the front walls of the garage. As soon as you walk into the big door, those walls that are on that door wall there have a pinstripe as well. So I really filled this garage up as much as I could with functional storage. I appreciate your patience with this. It's a busy time of the year, and I really had to spend a lot of time on your garage. There was a lot of ceiling heights and cuts and all these different things to work with. So I did get to it as soon as I could. It's just springtime. But yeah, check this out. Just give me a response, Jeff at thegarageguy.com, or you can give me a telephone call, 513-374-9344 with any questions. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks.